Most people think wanting to be alone means something is wrong, that you're antisocial, cold, disconnected. But for some people, alone time is not loneliness, it's recovery. You may have noticed that after spending too much time around people, even people you genuinely like, you start feeling mentally exhausted, not immediately. At first, everything feels normal. You talk, you laugh, you interact, but slowly, your energy begins to fade, your mind becomes heavier, you stop wanting to speak as much, and eventually, you feel an almost physical need to be alone again, not because you hate people, but because your brain processes social interaction more deeply than others. Some people are naturally stimulated by constant interaction. Their energy increases around groups, noise, movement, conversation, but others experience the opposite. Too much external stimulation starts overwhelming the mind, especially when the environment feels loud, chaotic, or emotionally demanding. And the strange part is, many people misunderstand this completely. When you need space, they assume you're upset, distant, bored, or avoiding them. But often, you are simply trying to reset mentally, because solitude gives your brain something the outside world cannot: silence, space, stillness, and in that silence, your mind finally slows down. People who need more alone time are often highly reflective. They observe constantly, think deeply, notice emotional details, and because their minds absorb so much information during social interaction, they need time alone to process it all. Sometimes, this creates guilt. You may wonder, why can other people socialize for hours so easily? Why do I get drained so quickly? But needing solitude does not mean something is wrong with you. In many cases, it simply means your nervous system works differently. Your brain is more sensitive to stimulation, more emotionally aware, more mentally active. And while that sensitivity can become exhausting, it can also create depth, creativity, self-awareness, and strong emotional intelligence. The problem begins when people force themselves to ignore their own limits. Some spend years pretending to enjoy constant social interaction, always available, always surrounded by noise, always connected. But over time, they become mentally drained without understanding why. Because deep down, their mind never truly gets a chance to rest. Real balance comes from understanding the difference between loneliness and solitude. Loneliness feels empty, but healthy solitude feels restorative, peaceful, necessary. It allows you to reconnect with yourself, to think clearly again, to breathe without pressure. And this is something many people never fully understand. The world often treats constant social activity as a sign of happiness, but some of the most emotionally balanced people are those who know when to step away, who know when to disconnect, who understand that protecting their energy is not selfish, it is necessary. Maybe your need for alone time was never a weakness. Maybe it was simply your mind asking for recovery in a world that rarely slows down. And maybe learning to respect that need is one of the healthiest things you can do for yourself.